What happens when we die? Is there an afterlife? Do we go to heaven? Or even worse, hell? Can we communicate with the dead? And if we can, should we? Let's find out.
What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 28, not 29, 28 of San Pedro Paranormal. I'm here back with my co-host, as always, Carlos, and I'm your host, Tony. As you guys can see, I kind of move stuff around in the studio, try to make it look a little different. But yeah. So, anyways, before we start, Carlos, how was your week this week? I know you started working now, right? So. It must be different for you.
Yeah. Yes, I guess the sales are going up right now, so they need my help out of work. And I started Monday, and I'm a little tired. There's less room to there's less wiggle room for the show, but I'm gonna devote my best amount of time that I can for the show. I'm gonna keep on it. Yeah. But it's good. Speaking of the show, I tried recording the Parashort episode, and I did record it actually. I went down and I did this little segment that I wanted to do. I even put a little green screen and a couple little things there. And since it's my first little solo stint, of course, I'm not really that good in front of the cameras. And in this case, I was just pretty much just nitpicking at every single little thing I was doing while I was editing the video. I was like, I don't like that pose. I don't like what I do with my nose there. Oh, this is just horrible. Why am I always pointing? See, and I even catching myself. Why am I always pointing and doing this and that?
Hey, that's your part of your character, though. That's part of your charm.
Yeah. And you know what? I was doing the show, and before I started recording, I was like, I just don't know. I don't have a teleprompter or anything to put in front of the camera to record, so I need my notes in front of me. So in this case, I put my shades on. So I recorded the whole that little episode with my shades on. So I was like, oh, that's my security blanket too, so you don't see my eyes.
Yeah,
so
makes
like
you
one of those episodes. So, of course, I'm gonna try to perfect it. I'm gonna do a little bit of things with it. Maybe have to reshoot it if I have to, but eventually I'll get it out there, and hopefully you guys will be impressed. Hopefully, I'll be impressed by it first.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm excited. I'm excited to watch it. I want to see what.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually, since I did start work, I was working on this project till 12 o'clock last night, and I had to be at work at around 5 o'clock in the morning. So I was like, ooh, but I still pulled through last night, and I did what I could do, and it was fun.
Nice. There you go. And you know what? I actually was supposed to do a Parashort video, actually from the footage I got in San Diego, which I spoke of on the last episode. And I went through my footage, and I didn't get nothing. I didn't get anything. There's no EVPs, no nothing. So I was kind of bummed out about that. And I'm like, you know what? Why am I gonna make a Parashort of something with no results? So. But not only that, but my wife is they're gonna start school soon, the online school. So I was helping her make a little office in her room and all this stuff, and so it's just I just been busy. But soon I know Carlos is gonna release his video first, so. Yeah.
I don't know. It might take maybe 33 takes to the whole thing, so we'll see.
Yeah, and you know what today? Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, going back to your San Diego trip, I mean, you don't really have to do EVPs. I mean, I know people are dying to get that little cool ghost calling information, whatever you want to call it, EVPs. But just going to a place and taking pictures of cemeteries and letting people know about it, I think that's good enough for a Parashort.
Yeah.
I remember working maybe from 10 minutes or 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I was just kind of bummed because I was like, I was scanning through, walking between the tombstones and stuff, and I'm like, man, I'm going to get something for sure. But anyways, that's just the way it goes. But today's episode, it's called San Pedro Hauntings, because we're actually going to be sharing an interview that we had with Damian Franko. That's the person on the thumbnail. But so we're going to probably cut off right now and show you the interview, what happened. She's telling her stories of the haunting she's had, where she lived, and a little bit about herself too. So Anyway, so
Okay.
let's go ahead and watch the, like, how do they say in Hollywood? Roll tape. How are you, Damien?
Hello, guys.
Yeah, yeah. So you know what? Before we get started, why don't you tell us a little bit about well, why, the thing is, I wanted to have Damien on because she actually lived in a haunted house here in San Pedro. She's a San Pedro local, and she actually lived in a house that's not too far away from mine. That actually, and she had some activity. So she's gonna tell us a little bit about that, and also some of the work she's doing on some films and that show she's doing. So you know what? Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself before we get into the whole
Want me to tell
hauntings?
you about the stuff that I'm currently doing right now?
Well, just
So-
just tell us a little bit about you. Who's Damian Franko?
Damian Franko. Oh, okay, so my name's Damian Franko. I'm 43 and a half. I have 2 boys, 5 and 9 years old. Grew up on 12th Street, born and raised in San Pedro. Happy person. I don't know. I used to work at Seaside Pharmacy, and now I'm a caregiver. So I caregive during the week, and on the weekend I film for a movie where I wear leather, and I'm seeking revenge. So it's like caregiver during the week, revenge weekend. So
Nice.
so that's kind of what's going on in my life right now.
Yeah, and you know what? I had I posted something on the San Pedro Paranormal Facebook page, and I had a couple of people call me. They're like, "Oh, you're gonna have Damien on," and these are people from back in the day that went to high school with us.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, and you know what? I noticed that once I posted that, I had like over 50 new followers on Facebook. So
Really?
so thanks for that.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, everybody loves you too. So
So you know what? Why don't we
so
start?
I'm happy to be a part of this.
Why don't we start with the whole thing of you moving into that place that was haunted? This was how long ago
Okay,
was this?
Okay, so about 5 years ago, I moved out of the place, but I was there for 17 years, and I'm not going to give an address because there is a family that lives there. So, and I don't even want to ask. Like, I talk to them, I see them all the time, and because I'm always on 12th Street. But when I first moved there, I never noticed anything until I want to say the first experience was a couple years after I lived there, and I was babysitting my niece. She was about 4 years old at the time, 4 or 5. My niece Katie, and I was babysitting her, and I was braiding her hair in the bathroom. And there's a long hallway, like the way the house was set up. It's a duplex, so the bedroom and the bathroom are way down the scary hallway in the back. And I'm braiding her hair, and she looks over to the side because we're in the mirror, and she goes, "Who is that?" And I was like, "Who?" Because at the time I was living by myself. And she goes, "That little boy." And I'm like, "What little boy?" And she goes, "The little boy." She said that he walked into my room, that he waved at her. And then so that's why she was like, "Who's that?" So I'm like, "Oh, no, it's just me." Kind of like that creepy feeling. Okay, when you talk about little ghost kids, it's like, for some reason it sounds creepier.
Yeah.
Anyways, I take her into the bedroom, and we're sitting on the bed. I'm like, "It's okay, like, don't worry about it, it's just us here." She goes, "Oh, she's doing this thing," and she's like, "Maybe I'm just seeing things, maybe I'm, And I'm like, "No, it's okay, I believe you. If you saw something, I believe you." And I'm telling her, "It's just us here." I keep telling her, "You're okay." And all of a sudden you hear like a boom on the bedroom wall, which is like, it sounded like it came from right under the window. And my bedroom was above a really scary basement. And for anybody, and this is during the day, so for anybody to even hit the wall, you have to be all the way at the bottom of the stairs and try to reach up to hit underneath the window. But it was like this really loud noise, and I'm like, "Okay, let's just go to the front room. Let's get out of here." And that was that. And then time passed, and then a couple of years later, like probably 3 years later.
So let me interrupt you real quick.
Yeah.
So that was the first experience you had then, right?
Yeah, where it was like weird, and then I was like, "Okay, did she bring something over here?" No, but kids see more stuff. So I just figured she saw something. Like I was scared for a while, but it like went away. We still talk about it to this day. And she described the kid wearing jeans and a red shirt and everything. Like she had a description of this kid with like yellow hair, she said.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, and you know what's funny is that I've talked about this on previous episodes, and it's that the kids are always seem to be the ones that always like see the stuff first. You know, when there's activity in a house. And you know what? I was also going to tell you that I've noticed that place, you know, your where you used to live, that a lot of people move in and out of that place.
Oh yeah. It's always like I was probably like the one that lasted the longest. I was there for 17 years.
Yeah.
But like families were like coming and going, and I always wanted to be like, so why are you moving? You know, like, you know.
So why is it that you stayed there so long if you know there was these things happening? You just
so
oh, you know what? Go ahead.
You would think that I would get the heck out of Dodge, but every time I had an opportunity to move, it fell through. And it was almost like
something was keeping you there, right?
Something was keeping me there, and I knew it because it was almost obvious, and everybody that came in and out of that place, because like people would come and spend the night. Like I was single, I didn't have my kids yet. People would come like, can I stay there for a while? One day would last like a couple months. Like it was just the place where everybody was welcome, and it
was a party. It was a party house.
It was for a while. We'd go to like Mule's Bar. I would be at Mule's Bar with my friends, and like everybody from the bar would come back to my house, and the party would just last. Like that's just the kind of people would come at any time. Like I was always like, yeah, come in, whatever.
So what happened next? What was the next big thing that happened at your house?
The next thing happened probably 2-3 years later. So like for probably like 3 years, nothing happened after that first thing with my niece Katie. And my friend Mandy, we used to work at Seaside Pharmacy together, and she needed a place to stay, and Seaside was closer. She was living in Torrance, so she started staying with me. And this is around 2:30 in the afternoon, like daytime, and I'm standing by the kitchen doorway. I'm in the dining room, standing by the kitchen doorway. She's in the front room, like sitting on the couch, and you hear. And since I was in a duplex, you could always hear if somebody's running or walking. You could always hear, you know, the walls are thin.
Mm-hmm.
But there was an elderly man that used to live next to me at the time. And you hear like boom, 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 like almost like somebody was running down his hallway. And it cut, like the sound cut, and then it continued through my kitchen. And it was like the sound of a little kid's bare feet slapping on the kitchen floor. It was like, you know, that slap.
Yeah.
And it like did that, and then I froze because I was like, what was that? Like, am I tripping or what? And Mandy's like, oh my God, did you just effing hear? You know, she used the real words. You just effing hear that? It sounded like somebody just ran through your kitchen. And I was like, oh my God. So like, I never flew so far, like anywhere. I flew across the room to the couch. I cuddled up on her because I was so scared, like so terrified, like, did we just really hear that right now? Mm-hmm. And the thing with that was so out of nowhere. Like, I always wondered if it was a kid running and playing, or if it was a kid running from somebody or something. So that's like, I got the children. That's like a thing that always bothers me, because I don't know if it was for fun. And it was definitely a kid's feet. It was like, you know, like slap.
Yeah, and I mean you mentioned that you hear the footsteps like on the apartment next door, and then it kind of goes into your apartment.
Well, you could hear it like if I don't want to say his name, but the elderly man that lived next door, you could hear when he's walking. Yeah. Next door, or moving a chair or whatever, you know, like you know, it's like a duplex, so the walls are thin. But that's what the other weird thing was when I heard the running, like pounding, running on that side. I was like, there's no way he's running. He's older, like in his 80s. Yeah. Like there's no way he's even running. But I couldn't even comprehend anything because it was like boom, 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 boom. And then almost like it cut through my living room and then like finished running through my kitchen.
Yeah. And you know what? Did you ever find out if I know it's a duplex, did you ever find out if that house used to be one whole house?
Oh, you know what? I'm not sure. I think that place was built like in the 20s though.
Yeah,
because it's old.
Because the thing is, if you heard footsteps going from one, like almost like from one apartment to the next, you might think that maybe it used to be one whole house, you know? So
yeah, like somebody just running around or something. Mm-hmm. I was too scared to go look it up, like the you know how you could go to the library and if you have your license, you could look up like stuff that happened in the house before or whatever. I was too scared to do that. I didn't want to know.
Yeah.
And like, just like the other things that would happen, I didn't even want to get a priest in there to bless it because I didn't want to piss them off.
Yeah.
Because I know there was like bad ones and there was good ones. Like there was multiple spirits.
Yeah.
There.
Well, I mean,
like
the thing is, like you said, you know, the having a child spirit there, it might have been a kid that went through some really traumatic stuff. Because a lot of the times the hauntings from children are kids that like suffered a lot, or they were in, like when you know you heard the running, it could have been a kid that was like really afraid at that moment.
For his life.
Yeah. So it could sometimes what they say is that sometimes they're like echoes left over, like a residue of something that happened. So that's crazy though.
I actually at another time, I mean, there's like so many different things that happened, but
so you know what? Why don't you share just like the first like 4 or 5, and then we'll leave the rest for like another episode.
Okay, cool.
You know, to make it a little more interesting.
Is this one like I honestly do have a hard time even talking about it. I get like jittery and stuff because like I'm reliving it.
Yeah.
But I could tell you I did see a kid, like the ghost kid. I don't know if it was the same one, but I was in, so my kitchen, there's a washroom attached like in another room. Like you go through the doorway, there's the washroom. So Joel was living with me at the time, and my son Jack was there, and he was in the bedroom watching cartoons or whatever, all the way in the back, you know, the room in the back.
Okay.
And I'm putting clothes from the washer into the dryer, so my back is toward like the kitchen area, and I'm like, you know, like putting the clothes in the dryer, and I hear Joel come into the kitchen. And he goes, "Oh wow, your mom's never gonna find you there," like sarcastic kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, so I didn't say anything. I'm still putting the clothes in the dryer. And then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go peek and see, like, you know, I'm gonna see where Jack is hiding. So I like walk, you know, out of the washroom area, and then I see him hiding. You know, like the things you put a microwave on. It's like a rolling thing.
Yeah, like a little cart, Shelby.
Yeah. So I have a microwave right there, and then I see Jack hiding, like tucked into the shelf, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like, I'm gonna like pretend I didn't see him. So I tiptoe back to the washroom, and I finished doing my thing. And then I'm like, wait a second, what did he do with all the stuff I had on the shelf? Because I had like bags and cans, and like that whole shelf was full of like just crap. So I walked back out, and everything's on the shelf. Like it was like Jack wasn't even there. The bags were still right there. The cans were still right there. And I'm like, what? Like, Joel walks in, he goes, dude, he's like, that wasn't Jack I was talking to. Was it? Like, and I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, I saw a kid, like, hiding in the shelf. I thought that was Jack. And he said when he was talking to the kid, he could see I don't know if you could see a lot of me, but where the shelf thing was, that little push cart thing, there's a little bit of wall, and then there's the doorway to the washroom. The kid was like this, like scrunched up, and he was like hooting, like he was standing there trying to hide. Mm-hmm. And that's why Joel was talking to him, saying, oh, your mom's never gonna find you there.
Oh, okay.
And then he said that when he started walking out of the kitchen back to the front room, he turned around and saw the kid go into the shelf, like he was about to climb onto the shelf. When I walked out of the washroom, I already saw him tucked and hiding. I mean, I saw the hair, I saw a white t-shirt, I saw the jeans, like not see-through anything.
It looked like a real person, right?
We were like standing in the kitchen. It was like evening time, like 7:30 at night, but it was already like dark around this time. It wasn't like, I don't know what month it was, but it was dark outside. So we're standing there like just tripping out, and then I run to the back, like I go down the hallway, and the hallway is long, and I always hated that hallway, but I go and Jack's sitting there watching cartoons in his Spider-Man pajamas. They're red, without a shirt on, and he's like 4 years old at the time. And so definitely wasn't him. And we were just like, he goes, and when Joel was telling me, he's like, you know what? I don't even remember like a face on the kid. He's like, I just assumed it was Jack. I was talking to him, and that was that. And that was like one of the other big things because I've never seen a ghost like that. Well, you know, like usually it's just like a dark shadow, like of a woman floating by or something. But there was a lot of stuff that happened at that house.
Yeah.
You know, but that one I could never. I still can't sleep with the lights off. Just put it that way. Like I have to have a nightlight on, and I'm older, and I'll never sleep in the dark ever, never. After living at that place, there's just so many things.
Yeah.
So many things happening there.
That's crazy. And you know what?
That was another big one.
I think right here in this neighborhood, you know, where I'm at and where you used to live, there seems to have like a lot of because I know at my house when we barely moved in, we had some stuff happen here. You know, where we saw some things, and my wife saw some things, and I've experienced stuff here in the garage. Yeah. But not only that, also your dad was actually telling me that he had experienced something too. I mean, maybe next time you could share that with us, something that he had seen.
Okay, we talk about his stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. He had told me something about. Yeah, he told me about this big, like a tall man that he had seen walking on 11th or 10th Street or something. Yeah. So I think sometimes that ability of being able to see spirits and stuff, you know, it runs in the family. So maybe that's where you got it from.
Oh yeah. I know, maybe. They're everywhere though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and did you know that there were also there's the park across the street, right? The Daniels Field, right? Daniels Field.
It used to be a park.
Yeah, your dad was telling me that there was a girl that was murdered there too, like a long time ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. I remember one night being outside on like seeing some kind of this is before I even knew that story about it being a park and a lady got murdered there, but she used to go running. But I remember one night years ago I saw like this white figure, like it was running, and I remember when I told my mom and dad, they're like, oh, my dad, you know, he knows a lot of the old stories and stuff.
Yeah.
He told me about that lady that was murdered.
Yeah.
You know, because it wasn't always a Daniels Field. It was just like open park kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, okay, well that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, anyways, you know what I was gonna ask you. I know we spoke, you know, before filming, and I told you I didn't know that you were into films and stuff, right? You said you had taken a class for film too.
Yeah. So the film, it's actually like a slasher type movie, like the ones from the 70s and 80s. And that's the web series. So we're actually filming number 6, and Kenny's Brewer, he's the one, he's like the main man that is filming it, the producer, director, everything. Really cool dude. You know him, right?
Where are these films at? Where can we watch them? Because they're not on YouTube, right?
It's called Death Park. And there's like, since it's a web series, we're on number 6. You go watch, if you want to catch up, you go watch all the other ones on the, what is it? I wrote it down. On the B Movie TV YouTube channel. So like if you go on there, you could catch up. And I don't know, I was in number 4 and I get killed. I have like a little
spoilers.
I get killed. Yeah. And in this one, he's like,
oh yeah, don't tell what happens to you in this one.
Oh no, I won't. But the cool thing is, I'll just give you like a little backstory without giving you too much. But the reason I'm in this one is because I'm playing the twin sister of my other character that got killed. So I'm seeking revenge. So I come back as some can I say badass?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want.
Like leather outfit, you know, you seen it?
Yeah.
Right? You know, I can only dress like that for so long, you know, before I get too old. So I'm like, all right, I'll do it. But anyways, I know I have some pretty good parts on that, and then I know he's going to keep me on for next one too. So I'm right now. I'm learning how to flip tricks on a butterfly knife, and I know I'll be learning how to stick fight. So I'll have some little bit of action going on.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So did you ever do any kind of theater or anything when you were younger, or no?
No, I mean I was on stage troupe, but I don't think that counts. I was in high school. I was on the news a couple times, and let's see.
You know,
I was in a couple of what are those student films?
Yeah, okay.
People would like want to do movies at Seaside Pharmacy because a lot of things were filmed over there.
Oh,
and they'd be like, "Hey, we need extras." I'm like, "I'm your dude." So I had, but I've never seen the movie. You know, just like me in the background, messing around with something. But
so are you big into movies or not really? Do you watch a lot of movies?
I don't like horror movies. I love movies though. I like funny movies. That's my favorite. Funny, or romantical, but there has to be funny. Action movies are pretty cool, but I'm really honestly too scared to watch like the horror movies, like the ghost ones, and because I lived it.
Yeah.
I had my own movies going on for a bunch of years at the other house.
Yeah, I mean, you won't watch horror movies, but you're in one though.
Yeah, it's funny. That's ironic, right?
And the web series you're doing now, you're like co-hosting, right? You're like a co-host.
Well, the web series is we record one a week, and those air on Saturday at 8 p.m. every Saturday at 8 p.m. And those are on the Roku channel, but you can only watch it if you have Roku, and Roku is free, so you could download that.
Oh,
and
nice.
if you want to catch any of those,
nice.
If not, I could always send you them in your messenger, like the link or whatever. So another one will be coming up tomorrow night. So, and that's fun. We like introduce the movie, and then we talk about it. The movie plays. You guys watch it, and we talk about certain clips that we liked, and then there's extra stuff at the end. Yeah. And it's really inappropriate for kids, so don't watch with your kids. We cuss a lot. Yeah. We talk inappropriately. It's fun. You know,
well, you know what?
It's
that's good. I mean, I'm glad you found. It's almost like you found your calling, because you know, I told you before, you just have that personality and that face. You know, you go perfect with it. So I think you're gonna do You're gonna do very well.
Thank you.
But and you know what? I hope you know you do. Hopefully, when this is all over, you're able to come into studio and film a episode here with us.
Yeah, I know.
You know, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Hopefully, you're not too. Hopefully, you're not too.
If you have me back, I have a lot of stories.
Hopefully, you're not too big by then. You know, but
yeah, no, I never. I'm 4'11". I'll never be too big. Remember that.
All right. Is there any shout outs or anything you want to say before we end this episode?
So the pictures I've been like putting on Facebook, like the movie, promoting it. Lisa Greggett, she's just an amazing photographer. So she comes to the location and she takes the pictures for us, and then we're able to post them and everything like that. Yeah. So she's a San Pedro photographer. She's really good.
Nice.
So she has her own business, and she comes down and stands there with us while we're filming and everything. Candice Brewer, try to be a part of the B Movie TV. It's on Facebook too, if you want to join that page. He has all kinds of stuff. I mean, there's like so many different things that he does on that. And he's just such a great guy to work with. Yeah. I love working with him. And I want to give you a shout out because you're rad too. And I'm so happy that you invited me on.
Yeah. You know what? I'm glad. You know, when I called you again, I'm like, I don't know if she's gonna want to do it anymore, but I'm glad you did though. And
thank you.
And again, thank you for being here, and well, at least digitally, not physically, but digitally. Oh man. You do what we gotta do, man. Yeah. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that short 30-minute clip of Damian Franko. You know what? Some of the stuff, and I know Carlos wasn't there to, as you guys saw, that he wasn't there to actually listen to the stories, but some of the stuff that she told me was very similar to haunting experiences that I've heard from other people, with especially with the children hauntings and the footsteps running around and stuff. So, it's pretty crazy, pretty interesting. But anyways, Carlos, so what do you want to talk about? I'm just messing. I'm just
I knew it was gonna. I knew it was
I'm
gonna
just
come back to me.
Yeah. You know what? We're
cool.
we're coming quick to episode 30, and you know we were talking about this earlier, and we want to do something special. We're trying to figure out maybe if some of the viewers watching could give us some ideas in the comments. You know, comment on this video and let us know like what should we do. You know, we want to do something, you know, something cool and something different, because I mean, hitting episode 30, it's a pretty big deal to us, at least.
Right.
You know,
yes.
so
Anytime there's like a, you know, the 10s, 10, 20, now 30 is great. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this ride right now. It's a great experience, and hopefully you guys come up with some great ideas down in the comments about what we should do.
Yeah. But anyways, Carlos, have you heard any other stories from people, like haunting stories or anything lately? No, nothing.
No, not right now.
You know what? It's funny. It's funny that right now that you would think, going through the coronavirus stuff, and I know you didn't want to talk about the coronavirus. I'm sorry, but going through the whole pandemic thing, you would think, you know, everybody's home, like, and more people are home than usual, and you would think that the paranormal stuff would like increase, right? You would think that there would be more people catching things happening, but it seems like right now everything's kind of like died down. Like everything's really calm, and there's not a lot going on. I've been asking people, like, if anybody has any stories or anything recent happen, and nothing right now. Just like my trip to San Diego, just blank. Yeah.
I think it's because the ghosts are fed up with us being at home the whole day. They're like, oh, not this guy.
The ghosts are the one going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're still here. Go to work. Get out of here.
I know. But you know what, Carlos? I was gonna tell you, when you do your parashorts, you're lucky because you have that your cat to help you out.
Mr. BB, the director.
Yeah, I saw that video. You know, you had posted a video on Facebook where you see like a curtain, a shower curtain, like moving, and I was like, oh crap! Did Carlos actually catch a ghost? And then you pull the curtain over, and it's just her cat.
I should put a parashort to that.
A parashort debunked episode.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Debunked. Conspiracy theory. Debunked.
Yeah. But is there anything you wanted to talk about, Carlos, before we end this episode 28? Was there anything you had in mind that you wanted to mention?
Right now it's just I'm just excited for the parashort and for the future of the show. We were investing a little bit more time, but now that we have less time now, we're still gonna keep going on with this show, and we're gonna do a lot more studying to bring more quality entertainment for the folks at home.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and you know what, guys, I do want to do the. I'm just, you know what, I'm kind of, I don't want to say afraid, but I do kind of get a little creeped out, you know, because I did want to do some parashorts in here, where I put the VR camera in the center and try to do EVPs here, but I'm kind of, like thinking about it, because I don't want any crazy activity happening here, especially since I'm filming by myself. Nobody's here with me, so I'm like, you know what if one day I'm filming and I feel somebody like grab me or something? I don't know, but we'll see.
Do it for the show. Do it for the show.
Yeah. Oh man, but anyways, guys, you know what? Don't forget to comment on the video, like, share, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and Pedro Paranormal, all that stuff. Rate the little. You know what? I always forget to tell people to put that subscribe to. Check the little what is it called? The bell. There's like a little bell that you're supposed to like, notification bell. So that way you guys know when episodes come out and stuff. But
right, you ring the bell, smash it, whatever you gotta do, just make sure that thing's lit.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, well, thanks for watching, and hopefully you guys enjoyed Damian's haunting stories, and we are planning on having her back. Hopefully, here in studio, so it's not like this through the computer. And that way we could all of us be here. Carlos be here, I'll be here, and make it. I think that gives it more of an atmosphere to the stories. Because like this, it's okay, but you know, it is what it is.
You're just making the best of it. That's all.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.